Good morning. Things are looking quiet out in the valley. You can see that we have some areas of clear skies because we can see the moon there in our Storm Team Skycam network view. It's nice and bright, along with, of course, that sunrise developing for us here this morning. So things are looking good and feeling pretty good after, of course, that wild day yesterday. So we are really enjoying a nice break from that the strong storms and the severe weather. A look at the radar right now. We are quiet. The rain and thunderstorms have moved on. The whole system has moved on, and things are looking quiet and dry here. I just want to zoom in again on these areas where we got those reports from, especially in the Trail and Grand Forks County areas. National Weather Service reporting at least 5 distinct tornadoes that touched down yesterday. They've surveyed 2 of them. One is in the Inkster area in Grand Forks that was rated an EF0 with 70-mile-per-hour winds. And then that second one in the Hatton area that we talked about earlier, also an EF0 tornado. And there's a lot of text here on the map, but basically it was a little bit longer duration tornado. It tracked for about 2.7 miles and just missed Hatton by a mile to the north. There really was not much damage detected. They did see that there was a little bit of a scarring on the surface on the ground, which happens when those winds just kind of churn over that dirt and stir it up. And we saw that video, and no significant damage detected. So those are 2 surveys, both EF0s, which are weak tornadoes, both of them in that 70 to 80 mile per hour range as far as max winds associated with them, estimated based on what was viewed in their path. Here's a look at our tri-state view. We are quiet again in the valley. That system's moving on, and we've got some nice clear skies headed our way today, and we're already there. We are seeing that system continuing to press eastward into the Great Lakes. There's another storm system out west moving into the western parts of Washington and Oregon here this morning. Our temperatures are in the 50s, 58 degrees in Fargo, 59 in Grand Forks. It's 54 in Jamestown and in Bemidji. Beyond the quiet weather, we do have one issue. It is that fog. It's developed in our eastern viewing area. Places like Park Rapids and Detroit Lakes and Bemidji at a half mile for visibility or less there. So we've got some problems with visibility in that area. And then other spots up by Roseau and Thief River Falls, it's a little lower there for you too. And wind speeds are very, very light in that region with the clear skies, the fresh rain that we got, and of course we're looking at light wind. It's all combining for that fog to form this morning. So we'll be dealing with that a little bit this morning. Perhaps a couple of clouds out there too, but mainly we'll be on the mostly sunny side today. By noon into the 70s, mid 70s in the valley. And then we end up with some 80s for this afternoon, a couple of us getting into the low 80s, and a lot of spots in the 70s. So kind of a cooler day, relatively speaking, today. So if you don't like the heat, today is your day. This isn't as bad. If you don't like 80s either, this isn't as bad as what we're looking at coming up in the forecast for this weekend. And then later tonight, nice and quiet. It should be a beautiful evening to get out and enjoy some nice weather. The wind won't be strong. Temperatures will be in the 70s for much of the evening. So we're zipping ahead to tomorrow morning. This is 5 a.m. Quiet. Temperatures back into the 50s tomorrow morning. We're enjoying some sunshine throughout the morning. We'll see temperatures making their way to about 80 degrees at lunchtime. So we're already heating things up with that south wind. And then we start to see some clouds rolling into the international border. A couple of isolated areas of showers or a thunder shower. But most of the day should be quiet for Friday. Temperatures in the 80s to near 90 or maybe even hitting 90 degrees. And then late tomorrow night, we'll have that chance for some of these storms to really start to really intensify. And we're looking at the potential for some severe weather up along the international border. It looks like right now into the late night hours tomorrow night and early into the day on Saturday. So here's a look at our plan. Our next couple of days, we're warming up. 81 today, tomorrow into the upper 80s to around 90. This weekend, 90s are back on Saturday. And it's really going to depend on how much cloud cover we have left from Friday's storms. If it sticks around a little longer, low 90s. If we get a lot of sunshine, it might end up being upper 90s for Saturday, something we're keeping an eye on. And then it gets continued active weather into next week, and we're looking at several potential strong storm systems rolling through to watch out for.
Thank you, Lisa. Athletes from around North Dakota are getting ready to compete in the Special Olympic State Summer Games. We'll have a live report next.